So quiet. Can't start off that quiet on Monday up. Here we go.
Quiet.
Hello and welcome to Talkin' Baseball. It is the Monday episode. The Mets make headlines, and not because they finally won a series, and a lot of other cool stuff happened, so let's talk baseball. Hello and welcome to Talkin' Baseball, brought to you by DraftKings. My name is Jimmy. Sitting next to me is Jake. In California, we have Trevor Plouffe. And behind the desk, we have producer B. D. It is a Monday episode, and we're back to our normal stations, at least for this week, which I'm very excited about. And this episode is brought to you by some dear new patrons. Robert Maciello, Justin Ewalt, Justin Sprague, Joseph Dale, Ryan Rodriguez, Michael A. Diaz Jr., and Zach Foradori.
Yeah, you got it.
It's a funny name, Foradori. It's got a bounce and a rhythm to it. I like it. Trev, how are you doing?
James, Jacob, Big Don. I'm doing great. I had a great weekend. You guys know I love Monday episodes. I think I just love Mondays in general. Everybody else hates them, so I think that's makes me like them. Because if you're going to be down in the ground like complaining today, I'm going to be taking steps over you. That's how I approach Mondays, Jim.
I also love Mondays for that same reason.
Yeah, let's get back to work, baby. Had a great weekend. Nameless Jeff had a birthday party. I hung out with my good friend Matthew Stafford last night.
Wow. What's it feel like hanging out with him?
Season.
Like he plays games now. You asking him about it?
Yeah. I think they have like an easy week this week, and then it's go time. He's locked in. It's fun to see a guy, he's zoning it in. Had some good combos about like the different offenses, and Sony Michel just went there and all this fun stuff. But enough about that. Jake, how are you doing?
Trevor, James, BBD, everyone live in the chat, everyone not live in the chat. Thanks for joining us, you guys. We love you. You guys are the best. Man, baseball hot in the streets. I think every sports radio across the country is talking about one topic, which is baseball. So that's good news, right? Kind of with Los Mets. But yeah, we've got the last kind of baseball bubble. Trev, you mentioned your guy Matt Staff getting ready to start his job. We've got like 2 weeks basically. Like this weekend is no games. It's part of the new football thing. So this weekend is empty. It's all baseball, only baseball, and then autumn will be here, September, bumping uglies and all of it. So. And we'll get excited for some playoff races. And, man, we've got some more chaos we can root for, but I think the chaos comes from Trevor's Flushing, New York.
Yeah, we got to open up.
Said a lot.
Thank you.
Football's gone.
Podcast.
Baseball only.
Didn't say much.
The Mets. We got to talk about the Mets before we even go into the recap because it's like the biggest news right now. Trev, we have not talked. You said you just talked about it on with Chris Rose. I did not hear your take on any of this now. For anyone that gets their news from us and you have no idea what we're talking about, the Mets have been playing awful baseball, and the crowd has been booing them. Their home crowd has been booing them for playing awful baseball. They started playing good baseball against the Nationals, and they started a new celebration where Lindor, Baez, and Pilar started doing double thumbs downs after good things. The Yankees did it back in 2017 after thumbs down guy, a Mets fan, booed the Yankees for scoring runs. So it's kind of in the same thing.
Trevor Plouffe caused that, right?
Yankees were booing Mets fans, or sharing the boo, whatever. So they asked the Mets players about what was going on. Pilar had like a diplomatic answer. He was like, "Oh, it's just for fun. We're just like poking fun. It's nothing like serious, blah, blah, blah." Baez sat there and said that they're booing the fans because if the fans boo them when they do well, or the fans boo them when they do poorly, then they're going to boo the fans when they do well. And one of the quotes were, the fans have to be better. And we're going to boo the fans. So that made a ton of headlines. And like 2 hours later, president of the Mets, Sandy, what's his last name? Alderson. I wanted to say Alcantara. Sandy Alderson, president of the Mets, put out a official release from the Mets on Medium.com, which is basically like Tumblr, which is so weird that the Mets use Medium.com, and took the side of the fans, and said, like, this won't happen. We're going to have a meeting and talk to the players. They cannot treat the fans like that. The fans have the right to express themselves any way possible. They pay for all of this. And then Cohen tweeted something like, I wish the only controversy was the black jerseys again. Cohen tweeted previously about the lack of discipline, which was also about like Javi, because he's the second least disciplined player in the league, and they traded for him. So the Mets are being the Mets. It's crazy. I tweeted this because we had some people in baseball text us about this, and I just responded and said, it's so insane how much the Mets can be the Mets. And you think it's going to stop, and it's just like the Mets are the Mets. So, Trev, I'll throw it to you first as an ex-player. What are your thoughts on all of this?
There's so much to unpack, Jim. I did talk about this on Baseball Today earlier with Chris Rose. My thoughts are, and if you look around, at what all the other Mets players are saying, Trevor May came out and said this, Pilar, Walker, they're just like, this is getting blown out of proportion. Now, what I think happened was maybe it was a rallying cry within the clubhouse. Like, everybody is against us. Nobody thinks we can do this. Media, the fans, nobody, but we believe in ourselves. I think that's what kind of happened. And then Javi gets in front of the mic and just uses the wrong words. When he said the fans have to be better, you can never say that. Unless you're talking about like throwing objects on the field. But as far as just cheering or booing, you don't say that about the fans. That's the mistake number one. And then number two, like I said, he just worded it wrong. Like, I'm booing the fans because they boo me. It's like, no, you're really just rallying around the fact that nobody believes in you. You're using that energy and turning it into something positive, or trying to turn it into something positive on the field. But, you say the wrong thing in the media, especially the New York media, and especially with the Mets and their past and how they've just been a circus. And this is what happens. We're leading off our show talking about this. There's sports shows that have nothing to do with baseball usually are going to be talking about this. So you bring all of that into the clubhouse. You're making your, whoever that guy is, Sandy, the president, the GM, whatever he is, come out and make the statement. It's become a big deal, and it shouldn't have been a big deal. Like, he just literally messed up like one or two sentences and said the wrong thing. If he would have said it like Pilar said it, none of this is going on. We're not even talking about this. We're actually talking about the play on the field, how, they won a series. So that's kind of where I'm at. I don't think like they're bad people or trying to disservice the fans. I think he just worded it incorrectly.
But yeah, so Stroman also came out and said, like, the media spun it. No one spun this. Like, those are the words that Javi said. Yeah. If he wants to come out and say, I didn't mean that, I meant what Trevor May is saying. And like, no, we're taking the boo away from you and we're booing ourselves to motivate ourselves because we've been bad and blah, blah, blah. Like, there's a way to say it. But he did say the fans have to be better and we're going to boo them if you boo us.
Been a lot of good
he
quotes.
Completely used it wrong.
A lot of good quotes coming out of Queens lately between Pete and Javi. Yeah, man, it's as Metsy as it getsy. I mean, when you do the 365-day calendar check, whether it's at the end of this year, and I mean, you go back to Jared Porter and stuff like that, was within the last 365. Rat Raccoon, Donnie Diesel's the imaginary hitting coach.
Firing the coach.
Everything that's gone on with Los Mets it's unbelievable. I said if you put down the top 5 craziest things that's happened this baseball season and before the season, and you said, what team did this happen to? You would have circled Mets for all 5. And then the only one you would have gotten wrong was the town hall from the Seattle Mariners. So it's tough, man. The one thing, because Trev, I think you're all over it, so I don't need to correct a lot of that. I think, it started spiraling between Javi saying a couple, misplacing a couple words. You just can't deliver it that way. You're absolutely right. Back against the wall. It's us versus the world. And they turned that, instead of the world, they directed it at their fans, which is one of the most Mets things I've ever heard. And then, to have the Mets release that press release, like they should have back-channeled that, like with the players or something like that, because then now you're kind of going against your guys. The whole thing was a mess. It's wild. I did Shea Station. I think they're recording right now, or they just wrapped up. Jerry Blevins, I did like this because, a lot of people were going at Baez because he has the quote on this, although the other guys are in on it. Like, if this was the court of law, like, Lindor, Pilar, everyone else would be on the bus with them. Jerry Blevins of Shea Station said, many are calling Baez soft, but I think it's the opposite. It takes huge home run-sized balls to do and say this. Many won't like it, including myself, but it's genuine to him, and I respect it. Not what I want to hear. IMO, it's an unnecessary distraction, which, Jim, going back to what you're saying, like, if you say that statement, which they did, you have to lean into it at that point, and it's the us against the world, not the media spinning it, because I do think it was real, and man, Javi Baez, boy, do I hope you have the next week and month of your life on a baseball field, because if you don't, oh my God.
He is going to. He's going to go nuts, and then nobody's going to be talking about this in a week. That's what's going to happen.
That is not what's going to happen. He is going to be booed.
Yes, it is. There's something else is going to happen, and the news cycle.
There's going to be a fraction of Mets fans that boo Javi Baez if he comes back in 7 years.
Because they want to be part of that. Yes.
No, I think that there's a portion of Mets fans that are insulted by that. Like, dude, if you're bad, we can boo you.
Sure.
Right, but you're team booer. You're pro booing.
I don't like antagonizing, name calling,
right,
being mean, harassing in any way. But if something happens and you go, oh, boo, at a baseball game, I think that's as fair as it gets.
So does that give the Mets any right to boo back?
No.
Okay.
I'm trying to see.
They're paid millions by the fans.
Are they at home?
Fans spend so much money. It was like when Trevor said he wanted players to go watch a game from the crowd to see how much it means to people. Like, you're invested. And I say it all the time. Don't, like, you fucking bum, you loser, you suck. None of that. That's awful and shouldn't be part of it. But, like, people think that just saying boo is that. It's not. You cheer when you're good, you boo when it's bad. Very simple exchange of crowd and play reaction.
He's going to get booed very loudly. But I think our guy Jolly Olive said this has been going on for like 3 weeks. It's just, the presser happened, and now we got this big uproar. They're playing the Marlins starting tomorrow. If they go win these 3 games, when they come back home, nobody's going to boo them.
I think these games are home.
That's what I'm saying. They win these 3 games, then they go. He'll get booed all 3 games.
That first
100%.
That first Javi at bat is as much watch TV as we've seen this year.
He should embrace it, and if they boo him and he steps to the plate and he just goes
Jim,
like this,
that's the sick.
And then he hits a home run. Now the boos are actually cheers. It's like when in Ted Lasso when they go the wanker becomes like wanker, and they're like, well, this ain't a little different today.
That's the sick part of Mets fandom.
The boos.
This could spiral upwards for a little bit, and then you're just setting yourself up for a bigger explosion, and I'm rooting for that.
Make boos the new applause.
I hope Javi goes nuts this week.
Dude, if there was real malintent towards the fans, then I'd be like, I get it. But this is something, it was just poorly worded, like poorly explained in a press conference, and it just freaking went nuts.
I like how he had his
I don't think he's sitting there being like,
yeah.
I don't think he's being like, F those fans. F those fans. He's not thinking about that. He's trying to get the team to win. He's trying to get into free agency healthy and do all these things. Like, fans, do what you got to do, because you have the right to boo, and you're going to boo Javi. I'm just saying, like, this is it shouldn't be as big of a story, in my opinion, as it's turned into.
Trav, do you ever, in 2004, my Yankee-ism is going to show, but in 2004, Jeter went like 0 for 30 to start the season. Do you know this at all? Or this is like, he was getting boos every time he stepped to the plate. I was actually there at the game when he finally broke it. But, Jeter got like, not just like a boo, like he was getting booed hard in 2004 when he had like a super bad slump. And his quotes on it, he said, "I don't blame him. We would have booed ourselves tonight. It's hard to imagine being worse than we were. Put me at the front of that list." It's like, I don't know. It's an easy game to play.
Exactly. I know. It is. It is. But guess what? I bet you Jeter really was like, fuck, I wish they wouldn't boo me.
Jeter's kind of a sicko. I'm sure a lot of players, like Stanton says the right things. Stan was like, well, I boo myself too. I deserve it. And I don't really believe Stan, but he's saying the right things. I believe Jeter. He was Michael Jordan.
I believe Stanton. Stan's got an MVP.
Competitor. Oh, fucking, I can't say that. Competitor-wise, he would create enemies. Right. He would he had beef with opponents nonstop out of nowhere. That's how.
Did he really?
Yes. Every time they asked any scouting report on any pitcher, Jeter would just go, "He fucking sucks."
Everybody said.
I know, but that was
that
was his mindset as well. Like it was that level competitor. But if you compare anyone.
People stopped asking me about the pitcher because I'd always say, "Oh, he's got nothing."
Smart.
But it's easy to play the game and just be like, "Yeah, boo me too."
It is easy. But it's like, look, here's the fine line. Let the kids play. Let them be individuals. We don't want robot answers. And then we get a non-robot answer and we freak out.
Right.
So, hey, man.
Would you ever juice up the scouting report? Like Verlander was out there and you'd be like, "Hey, Heater's got something. Rest is junk."
I mean, there are some guys where you're just like, fuck, he's on today, boys. Yeah. Like, hit a mistake.
Look for the miss today.
Like, a lot of guys be like, I'm taking.
Let's get to 3-2.
I want 4 before he gets to 3. That's it.
That was my approach. Not as good in middle school.
All right.
Go Mets.
Go Mets.
Win 10 in a row so we could talk about you.
Yeah, do it. All right.
God, but hey, for real though, holy shit, Mets! Like you've have so much crazy stuff packed into one season. It's wild. How does this always happen to the Mets? Does it happen to every other team too, and we just pay more attention to it because there's this like stigma? Or is it really like the Mets are that franchise that's like, what?
It's the Mets.
Okay.
They got it. They got into a fight in the locker room hallway, and they said there's a rat and raccoon.
Oh my god, I forgot about that. Jake.
That other teams don't do that.
Yeah, Mets will always be the Mets. It's crazy.
Like how though? Like what?
Like
what
they
happens?
might have to change the team name at some point.
Not the Mets. Not Mr. Moon. Okay, let's go into
baseball.
The NL is brought to you by Signing Day Sports. Speaking of kids and sports, Signing Day Sports, if you have anyone in your life that's trying to get signed, try to go play college ball, try to get scouted, or if you yourself are trying to do that, Signing Day Sports is one-stop shop that can maximize your recruiting to over 350 colleges and all 30 professional teams. You just create a custom profile with verified video metrics along with the ability to showcase your skills in a controlled environment so all recruiters can see you at your best. The showcases now are so expensive. The AAU tournaments are so expensive. The area code games are so expensive. Trying to get in front of scouts at a young age, it's just such a racket, and this helps out a bunch. It is 100% free for all coaches, recruiters, and scouts to use. It's the fastest growing searchable athlete database in the country. Players don't have to attend a showcase to maximize their recruiting. They just post their stuff here. Recruiters can create a custom search to maximize their needs, and they don't have to worry about overloaded email boxes or clunky communication. Sign up today using the link in our description and make sure to use code JOMBOY for 10% off. Go to signingdaysports.com/JOMBOY. Use code JOMBOY when signing up for 10% off. Do it yourself or tell your nephew or your son or your a kid that's your neighbor that's really good and throwing balls against his garage door all the time at an impressive rate. Go tell him about Signing Day Sports. Who's got the NL?
Might make an account.
I'm leading off.
Let's do it.
All right, let's go Braves. The Giants go into Atlanta, and Braves, they take 2 out of 3, 6-5 Braves, 5-0 Giants, and 9-0 zilch. 9-0 Braves in Game 3. Braves starting pitchers did the damn thing, pitched to a 2.55 ERA. Giants did their thing on the mound too, but Braves take 2 of the game. Soler was 6 hits and 2 freaking homers, including a go-ahead 3-run homer in the 7th inning of Game 1, which was then capped off by an incredible Jock Peterson catch. Game 2, Webb goes 7 shutout innings for the win. And then Ion Anderson in Game 3 goes 5 2/3 shutty. And they take the freaking series that they needed to take. Bad news for the Giants. Besides losing the series, Chris Bryant exits Game 1 and sits Game 2 and 3 with side tightness. All reports are positive on him. He should be back. No big deal. Braves take 2 out of freaking 3. Let's go Braves. Moving on, the Nationals go in to Flushing, and they lose 2 out of 3. The Mets take 2 out of 3. We talked about it a little bit right there. VR, 5 hits, 3 extra base hits, and a home run, and that's it. No other Met had more than 3 hits. Baez and Pilar did have 2 home runs apiece. 4 of 8 National relievers that pitched gave up runs, including every Nationals reliever to pitch more than 1 inning over the course of the series. That's a crazy stat, Max. Okay. Conforto with the go-ahead 3-run homer in the 7th inning of Game 2. And then the whole bias thing after Game 3. Mets do it on the field. Take 2 out of 3. Syndergaard, who was trying to come back in a rehab start, tests positive for Uncle COVID. So he'll have to wait a little bit before getting back on the bump. But Mets take 2 out of 3. Let's go, Mets.
Let's do it.
Moving on, the Rockies went into LA, and they take 2 of 3 from the Dodgers. What is you doing, baby? Dodgers, 4-2 Rockies, 5-2 Dodgers, and then 5-0 Rockies in Game 3. Both offenses struggled. CJ Cron, though, said, I'll do 4 hits. I'll hit 2 home runs. How do you feel about that? Elias Diaz said, I'll have 3 hits with a homer. And that's basically it for the Rockies offense. No other Rocky has more than 2 hits. Trey Turner, though, he had 5 hits. Will Smith had 4 hits, and Seager had 2 hits. And those are the only Dodgers with multiple freaking hits. Cron, of course, has the go-ahead home run in the 6th inning of Game 1. Will Smith go-ahead 2-run single in the 8th of Game 2. And then Senzatella. Is that your guy, Jake? Senzatella goes 7 shutty in Game 3. He and 2 relievers combined to shut out and 3 hit the Dodgers to win the series. This is a weird one. Turner came in to pitch. We'll talk about this in a 5-0 game. Dodgers lose 2 of 3 to the Rockies. They could have made up some freaking ground, and they did not. What is you doing? Moving on, Reds at Marlins. Marlins take 2 of 3 from the surging Reds. 6-0 Reds, 6-1 Marlins, then 2-1 Marlins. Alfaro, my guy, 4 hits with 2 doubles, and he's the only Marlin to record more than 3 hits. Jesus Sanchez had 2 homers, though. That's tight. Tyler Nakin, that's how Joey Votto says to say it. 4 hits with 3 extra base hits and a homer. He's been doing it, and he's the only Red to record more than 3 hits. Wade Miley continues to do it. 7 shutout innings for the win in Game 1. He's gone 7 shutty in 3 of his last 5 starts. Are you serious? Wade Miley, okay. Alcantara, 7 innings pitched with 1 earned runs and 12 Ks for the win in Game 2. Let's go. And then baby Jesus, the Jesus Lizard, Jesus Luzardo goes 6 shutout innings for the win in Game 3. His first scoreless start and first time pitching past the 5th as a Marlin. Nice. Winker has started throwing and will begin swinging a bat this week. And Moose, unfortunately, has to exit Game 2, and he sits Game 3. We need Moose in there. It's better. Baseball's better with the Moose. Marlins take 2 out of 3. I got to hurry now. D-backs at Phillies. Phillies take 3 of 4. That's what I'm talking about. This is a great game in Game 2. Segura has the walk-off single in the 11th inning, but that was only because Walker had the game-tying 2-run homer in the 9th, and then Ketel Marte 2-run homer. Backyard Brad says, I'll answer that for you. Off a Tyler Clipper, 2-run homer in the 10th. Let's freaking go. Phillies take 3 of 4. Moving on, Cardinals and Pirates is the last one. The series is splits. 11-7 Pirates, 4-3 Cardinals, 13-0 Cardinals, 4-3 Pirates in the rubber match. What happened? Let's just talk about everything. That's what happened in the NL. Series split, Cardinals-Pirates.
What happened is the Phillies and Braves, only teams out here competing this week.
Oh, my goodness.
I mean, Dodgers, come on. Braves do your dirty work for you. Take 2 out of 3. You're hosting the Rockies.
I want to talk about that.
You're hosting the Rockies. You got a chance. You're 2
Game 3.
You don't make up any ground.
Did you guys see Turner pitch in a 5-0 game?
What is you doing to the Dodgers?
I did.
Okay, good.
Sure did.
Good.
Appreciate that. Pipe appreciates that as well.
Dave Roberts didn't want to use a high leverage reliever in the 9th inning of a 5-0 game because he said his offense felt stagnant and there was no chance of them winning the game. But prior to that, Jim, he brought in Kenley Jansen in the 8th inning. So now Kenley Jansen's probably unavailable for tonight because he's never pitched. He hasn't pitched 3 games in a row this entire year. So you burned one of your high leverage guys, your closer, coming up in an important series against the Braves. And you threw Justin Turner, although he got the job done, in a 5-0 game. Weird coaching.
The inning before that, the Dodgers had 2nd and 3rd. Had runners on.
Weird. The whole thing was weird.
And the inning before that,
shout out JT.
And the inning before that, they had 2 runners on. The Dodgers. They had 2 runners on in the 7th. They had 2 runners on in the 8th. Now there's a lot of walks, hit by pitches here.
Yeah, there's only 3 hits the whole game.
But I mean, you had traffic the 7th and the 8th, and you're the fucking Dodgers, and they're the Rockies
at home,
and you have the most depth ever. How do you not just whatever?
I don't know. Like I said, it worked out. He threw a scoreless inning.
Single, then 3 outs. Good job for JT. We like JT. But, yeah, I mean, that's a weird move. That's a frustrating move, I think, if you're the offense and you're a Dodgers fan. Yeah.
Huge series coming up. I think we should talk about Phillies D-backs because I didn't really get to talk about them at all because the time ran out. I went a little long.
We saw the Phillies start to get hot. They did not beat the Diamondbacks, but we left the stadium early thinking it was a blowout, and then at the casino we watched the Phillies almost mount a wild 9th inning comeback. They did not, but that was the start of it, where the Phillies were like, hey, maybe we should start winning. Then they take 3 out of 4. They make up a game. It's 4.5 now. The Braves took 2 out of 3, so, you know, they had the benefit of playing more games this week, or this weekend. Yeah.
Gibby drops it. Yeah, the D-backs weren't losing when I was in the building. That's just the facts.
Besides that one time they did.
That's just the facts, Jacks. And then, yeah, I mean, Phillies, thank God they rallied in that second game because if you lose 2 to the D-backs, but they turn it back on. They take 3 out of 4 of the D-backs. I'm surprised how much love you guys are giving them. I guess it's in contrast because I'm disappointed in them and the Mets, to be honest. Like, you know, we're getting late in the season.
It's a 4-game series. It's hard to sweep a 4-game series. We always say that.
This time of year has changed. We've seen the Yankees go on a win streak. We've seen the Rays are now on a win streak. Like, you got the D-backs at home, and you're the Phillies, and you're fighting for your season's life. 3 is kind of the minimum. So they did it, and good for them, but the same 2 out of 3 the Mets took, like, both C-minuses.
If Backyard Brad doesn't hit the game-tying homer in the 10th, are we saying Phillies are dead? Like, did Backyard Brad save the season,
Save their season
so far?
No.
Which basically means you saved their season.
No, the Phillies' schedule's very easy.
But they'd be at 5.5 back. It's different than 4.5. I don't know how. I guess one game.
Yeah, sure, I guess, but I mean, we're getting close. You can see the rest. This is always a weird part of the season for me when I'm on Baseball Reference and I'm looking at a team's schedule, and you can see the remainder of the season on one page. You don't have to scroll to find it. It's all just right there on the screen. But hey, they go play Washington now. The Mets just beat Washington. Then they go Miami. Like you have to win. And good on the Braves for beating the Giants. That's actually, like, that gets claps, right, Jake? 2 out of 3
Yeah.
from the Giants?
No.
Oh, my gosh,
I mean, you said it. The Braves, The Braves continue to roll, man. I think they're going to play the Dodgers now, like Trev said. So, I mean, this week is a big test for them. If they survive this, I mean, the whole part of the Mets' re-entry strategy into the East, the Phillies' re-entry strategy into the East, was this had to be a tough week for the Braves, and they survived the first test pretty easily. Good for them.
Well,
good for the Braves. They've been rolling, man.
The next two series are really fun because now the Braves go to L.A. to play the Dodgers, then to Colorado to play the Rockies, and the Rockies are the home team. Reminder, best home record in all of baseball. We're tied for it. Maybe the Giants are better.
They're actually a baseball team at home.
The Rockies, I think, have the second best record, or are tied for first percentage-wise at home, which is crazy. While the Phillies go play the Nats and the Marlins. So it's two big road trips. The Braves have a tough road trip. The Phillies have what should be an easy road trip. So let's see where they stand after that, because if it gets within 3, or the Braves can play the Dodgers well, can play the Rockies at home well, and then if the Braves win these two series or go 500 on the road, they're in.
I'd say they're hoping for 500. They do get Walker and Scherzer.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying if they win.
For them. But, James, good news is Yano was back. Didn't have a great start in game 2. It's fine. He did okay.
I think he did good. Didn't he go 6-2?
Yeah. It wasn't bad. And then Ion Anderson is back. So now there's depth. They got their starting pitching back. I mean, gosh, I wish Ronnie was here, man.
Take it back. You know a shove, dude. 6 innings pitched, 2 earned runs, only 3 hits.
Okay, I must have misread.
I think. Well, he did have 3. He did have 3. He did have 3 walks, but 6 innings pitched, 2 earned runs.
Yeah,
against the Giants. That's good.
No, I'm excited. We're a big Husker. Pod. Just stop punching shit.
Yeah.
And we got a little more. We got a little more than a month left, boys, and. The other team that makes things really interesting, we've talked about the NL East a lot. Braves really have their neck out there, and they've got a solid little division lead. What is it, 4.5 on the Phillies? What if I told you the Phillies are closer than that in the wild card? The Phillies are 4 games out of the wild card. Jimmy's Cincinnati Reds currently have the wild card spot. Padres are 1.5 back. Cardinals are 3.5 back. And the Cardinals play the Reds Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So, JOMBOY Media's Reds. Love them. A lot of good dudes on there.
Tyler Stevenson just followed me.
They are the current linchpin for chaos in the National League. We were saying if the Padres come back to earth, they can be the chaos linchpin. And the Reds turned up the screws and jumped them. Man, if the Cardinals or Phillies find a way back into this wild card fight in the final month of the season, which they can, we're getting the chaos that we've hoped for. That when we, going back to the trade deadline, and we said which of these teams are going to get in the mix, it looked on paper like it could have been none, and now look what the Yankees have done. Look what the Reds have done. Oh. We got a month left of baseball, boys, and there's a couple teams lurking, and just chaos-wise, I hope they get in the mix.
Dude, these last 2 Reds-Marlins games, some trade pieces are surprised me. Luzardo had a great start for Miami to help split the series. He goes 6 innings pitched, 0 earned runs. But Justin Wilson is pitching for the Reds?
Pitching well.
What the fuck?
That's baseball, Susan.
What is that about?
Okay.
Shane Green throwing some grossness for the Dodgers.
What,
the life of a reliever.
Told you a few weeks ago, don't look at what he's been doing.
What? Justin Wilson has 11 games and only 2 earned runs with the Reds. He was so bad for the Yankees. And looked...
You got that driveline staff over there.
Strained him out.
And looked bad. Well, crazy.
That's baseball.
Is there anybody that we can declare dead that we haven't declared dead? Because that's one of my favorite things to do.
Isaac Newton.
He's dead.
Declared.
The Cubs.
Mets we declared dead. Can't really... The Cardinals aren't dead. Say that. Phillies, nope.
The hell?
I don't know. That's it.
Guys, do you see this? Look at this baseball reference page. So for the Diamondbacks, they have an E for eliminated from division contention. For the Orioles, they have like a gas tank eliminated from playoff contention. It's like a little picture of a.
Where's that?
It's a weird symbol to have.
Yeah, I can't really see the symbol from here.
I think it's a.
Oh, I do see that. That's dead. That's skull and
it's like-
crossbones,
yeah.
Jim.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Baseball Reference has jokes, bro.
E means eliminated from the division title, and then the skull and crossbones means you dead.
Wow. Baseball reference. What up?
They got jokes up them sleeves.
Twins are dead. Royals are dead. Tigers are dead. Indians are dead.
Well, there's a lot of teams that are dead. We're talking about the teams that like were alive.
Well, you want
and now
to?
they're dead.
Are the Blue Jays dead to you? We'll wait for the AL, I guess.
Let's wait, because that's one team I was looking at.
Okay. Are the Padres dead
Did
to
we
you?
talk about enough? No, they're not. Did we talk enough about all the NL games? Because sometimes fans get mad if we skip over their team.
Good for the Pirates. They took 2 out of 3 from the Diamondbacks.
Well, Cole Tucker.
They take 2. What did Cole do? I haven't checked.
Got called up,
He's in
played
the
second
bigs.
base. I have some insider info on that.
Anything you can share?
I think so.
Okay.
What can I reveal? I mean, so much stuff.
Wow, he gets called up and the pitchers are just scared of him. 500 on base percentage.
He said he texted me out of the blue yesterday at 6 p.m. And he said, "Can you do me a favor real quick?"
3 o'clock his time.
Ooh.
I said, "Need to." What you got?
6 o'clock his time as well.
He said, "Which Nationals jersey is better, navy or red?" So that was his question. I looked at them both. I didn't think I was a big fan of
Navy.
either. They were both
So he
cleaner
said,
than I
do
thought.
me a favor?
It's a game. It was a test. Passed.
I think Navy.
I went Navy. I said lean Navy. You'd be surprised. The red, when you look at it, you're like, oh, that's a pretty nice
And you
baseball
think of
jersey.
Nationals, you think of red.
You want to lean the red.
Navy's so boring. Navy's so boring.
I told him, little 2B today, huh? Whoops. He said, whoops. It was chill. Got 2 replays to go my way, so that was chill.
Oh, baby.
He's the best.
Good stuff.
He's the best. Yeah, and that's Cardinals. Just a mini what is you doing, baby? Because, Trev, they would have been, if the Cardinals had won 3 in a row and they'd taken 3 out of 4 from the Pirates, I think we'd be a little more excited. But Sugo walks them off. 3-run yacker in the 4th game, which, again, at this point of the season for the Cardinals, they kind of can't be losing those.
Can everyone do me a favor?
Sure.
When it comes to the Cardinals, hopefully soon my little basement setup, I have multiple TVs and I can watch 2 games at once or 3 even, maybe.
Sure.
Wow. Can everyone remind me the next time Kim is starting for the Cardinals?
Your guy.
I like him. I've never watched a full game of him pitching. He's got a 3.2 ERA in 21 games. So, like, he's doing well again. No one talks about him. Have you seen him pitch, Trev?
No.
He averages
The funk. The funk.
7 seconds between pitches.
That's fast.
The average for MLB is like 12 or 16.
Yeah.
He's a
That's
tempo
crazy.
pitcher.
I automatically love him.
See?
Has-
Early.
Has him pitching Saturday night against Freddie Peralta and the Brewers. So
Probably won't
clear
be able
your
to watch.
Saturday
We're gonna
night
be- We're going to be down the beach.
for that.
Before we move on
Okay.
to the AL, and we get, I believe, Jake giving us what happened.
Completely wrong.
I went.
It's me.
James is going to do it. I went down to who you guys picked as a stand-up performers. Nobody had this freaking guy, and we will get roasted if we don't talk about him. Adam freaking Wainwright.
Happy
7
40th.
shutty. Happy 40th. He gets the win in game 3. He's gone 7+ innings, Jim. You love this. In 15 of 26 starts this season, giving up 1 or fewer earned run in 8 of those starts, and hasn't given up more than 3 earned runs in any of them.
Yeah. I did. Maybe you weren't here.
What
Jake was
is
here. I did a whole
going on?
Wayno segment at one point. Because
We've all done Wayno segments.
he's, I think,
Yeah, we've been talking about him, but he did it again.
He deserves some love.
It's amazing.
He has dominated the Pirates this year. I think it's 4 or 5 starts in an ERA under 1, but good. Take care of your business.
Oh,
He's like, he's a legend.
Hot.
are you guys ready for the American League recap?
Hot. Think so.
Here we go. The Yankees went out to Oakland. They won the first 2 games. Tyone and Cap both get knocked around, but the Yankees take the lead late, and Chapman holds it down with the save. Game 2, Cole shoves. The Yankees get to Manea, hit a bunch of bombs. Stanton goes like 470 off of him. It was crazy. In Game 3, we had some feistiness and some weird umping. Nestor Cortez gets got, but Montes was the story as he completely shut down the Yankees and ended their 13-game win streak. In Game 4, we had a battle of errors at third base between Gio Urshela and Matt Chapman, and the A's take the lead late with a Matt Kemp 2-run homer off Chad Green. They split the series and each go their separate ways. The Royals went to Seattle to take on the Mariners, and in upsetting fashion, the Mariners lose 3 out of 4. Good job by the Royals, though, I guess. But come on, Mariners, you're doing the fencing on the cliff stuff, and we like that. Seager go-ahead 2-run home run in the 7th inning of Game 4 to avoid the sweep for the Mariners. So good job. But the Mariners do fall 4.5 back in the second wild card spot. Not good. Perez hit a grand slam at one point. He's nuts. Whit Merrifield hit a leadoff home run. He's good. On to the next. The Rays sweep the Orioles. The only sweep this weekend, and that's obvious. The Rays starting pitchers had a 3.14 ERA. Their relief pitchers were bad. 6.39 ERA. Wendell, haven't talked about him in a while. 5 hits with 3 extra base hits, 2 home runs. 9 Rays record multiple hits, including every Ray with 9+ at-bats. So if you got 9 ABs in this 3-game set, you got multiple hits. Austin Hayes had 5 hits with a homer and a triple. Hayes is hitting some homers recently. Mullins 4 hits and 2 homers, so he's continuing to absolutely go off. Arizona, a.k.a. Rosarena, go-ahead 2-run homer in the 8th inning of Game 2. Wendell, grand slam in Game 3. Rays have won 7 in a row and have 84 wins, most in the AL by 5 games. They finish the season against the Orioles with an 18-1 record. Can we look up, BBD, can you look up the past? I think Boston beat them like 18 out of 19, and then like Yankees beat them 18. One team in the East always decides we're going to get 18 wins against the Orioles. This year it was the Rays. Red Sox and Indians. Oh no, Red Sox, what is you doing? They get 1 hit by Logan Allen in Game 1 and lose 4-3. In Game 2, they win in extras. Quantrill pitched pretty well against them, I believe. And in Game 3, they have the lead and they blow it. And they lose the series. Red Sox lose 2 of 3 to the Indians. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. Astros and the Rangers, a little battle of the Texas two-step. Odorizzi versus Glenn Otto. Is it Glenn Otto?
Glenn Otto.
Astros win 5-4 in Game 1. Astros win 5-2 in Game 2. Framber had like 7 strong innings, only 7 strong innings. Tucker for the Astros, 5 hits, 2 extra base hits. Alvarez, 4 hits with 2 homers. Garcia, 7 hits and 2 homers for the Rangers. And in Game 3, our boy, the Hearn Hunch. Great start. 6.2 innings pitched, 2 earned runs for the win. Avoids the sweep. His first career start pitching into the 7th. He has a 2.87 ERA and 31.1 innings since becoming a starter. Greinke got blowed up. Blue Jays and the Tigers. The Blue Jays took 2 out of 3 from the Tigers. They lost the first game against Manning. I think Steven Matz pitched really well, though. They win the second game in extras. Manoah versus Urena. Boyd makes his return in Game 3, but Berrios outduels him, and the Blue Jays win 2-1 to win the series. Every Blue Jays starting pitcher recorded a quality start. How about that? Bichette had 6 hits, a home run. Guerrero, 5 hits with a double. Kevin Smith hits his first career home run in Game 3.
I think
Red Sox
I have
won
those
the
numbers
series.
you were looking for.
Red Sox won the series. They lost the first game. I blew it.
You might have also said Matt Kemp, homer for the A's. I don't think Matt Kemp is on the A's.
You're Kemp.
Not to twist the screw, Kevin Smith's first homer of the season. It's 13 career.
Why is that a note? First,
Tony Kemp. Shout out Tony Kemp.
Short King, Vandy King, my
First
guy.
Short King.
Max did me
Oh my
dirty
God,
on
you
first
guys are
homer of the
brothers.
season. Why would that be a note? The others I messed up.
It was a note.
Shout out Matt Kemp, though. Remember, he used to hook up with Rihanna, and that's every guy's, I think, dream. So,
BBD, have you had that dream?
BBD?
Every guy's had that dream.
Every guy's-
2020, nobody really fully took advantage of the Orioles because nobody played them more than 10 times. 2019, the Yankees went 17-2. 2018, the Red Sox went 16-3 against them. So, in the 100 loss seasons, it's been one team in the division just kicking their ass.
that's what happens when you're not that good of a baseball team. It's going to happen.
Analysis. I want to start with my Rays because they rolled up on the Orioles as they should. 7 straight wins. That's the longest current in the majors. 9-1 in their last 10. We talked a bunch about the Yankees' 13-game winner and how good they've been playing. The Yankees now, after losing the 2 Oakland games, take a step back in chasing the Rays, and they're much more. The Yanks are much more in bed with Oakland and the Red Sox at this point than tracking down Tampa. Man, it's unreal. 84 wins. What was their over-under, Trev? You've always got that open and a side sheet to start the season. I think their over-under this year was like 85
It was pretty
or something
light.
close to that.
Light. Yep.
They're the best team in the American League. They look at baseball completely different. So interested to see what this team looks like in the playoffs. One of the reasons I did like them just as much as previous Ray teams coming into this year, I think their lineup is one of the best Rays lineup they've ever had as a team, especially now that Franco's going. I mean, between Lau, Cruz, Franco, Meadows, Arozarena, Joey Wendell, and then, I mean, Zunino from the catcher spot is having a really nice year. Yandy's going to do his thing versus lefties. They've got Kiermaier just doing his thing. I really like the Rays lineup. How they're going to put the pitching together come the end of season, I don't know, but in the regular season, it seems like it just doesn't matter. They just get outs, and hey, they've got 7 coming up with Boston in their next 10. I mean, that's going to be Boston's last swing for the fences. Interested to see how those series look, because Tampa continues to play their good brand of baseball. Boston, back against the wall. It seems like they've stopped the bleeding of the losing streak. Those should be some fun games.
Love it. If the Rays end up playing the Giants in the World Series,
Rays, Giants.
will everybody just look at the screen being like, what are we watching? Like, what? Like, how are they doing this? What's happening? Like, that would be the craziest. I guarantee MLB doesn't want that, but I would love to see a series like that. That's a chess match series. Managers having to think 2 or 3 steps ahead, especially in an NL park. Would love to see
You
that.
love NL baseball.
I don't, but it'd be fascinating to see Kevin Cash versus Gabe Kapler.
Hot.
In a fight, I'm going Gabe Kapler.
Ooh,
Just
really?
gonna say that right now. I know K Cash, he's scrappy, he's a catcher. So like he might fight a little dirty.
Yes.
But I think Gabe overpowers him in the end. He eats too much steak to not overpower Kevin Cash.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Not in a ring,
Who
I've
else are you
got
gonna go?
Cash for the reasons you mentioned.
Ooh, like a backyard brawl, you're going K Cash?
In an
Okay.
arena, I'm taking Gabe. In the streets, I'm taking Cash.
Okay. People are
I'm-
saying, Jim, it was Kevin Smith's first career home run.
Kevin with an A?
I don't know. This is what people are saying in the chat. I'm just reading it.
the fuck?
Guys,
Jake's just being a bully now?
now I'm just being a bully.
Maybe I'm just missing. This is a joke in the chat. I don't know. I just looked.
How many Smiths are currently in baseball?
A lot. Where else we want to go, guys?
It was his first career home
It
run.
was Kevin Smith.
The fuck, Jake?
Not Kevin Smith. So good job, Max.
Bad job, Jake.
Nice
Bad job,
Max.
Jake. Let's talk about the other Kevin Smith.
I think we should go to the Blue Jays.
Kevin Smith's Blue Jays.
Yeah, go to the Blue Jays.
2 or 3 from the Tigers. They're still hanging in there. We're not ready to declare them dead.
I am.
They're obviously dead in the division. They're 5.5 back of the wild card. They're getting close. What's my dad's expression? 1 foot in the grave, 1 foot on a banana peel.
Yeah.
That is
No,
what he
they're in the
says.
grave. Maybe the dirt hasn't fallen in yet.
Ooh.
I have a much quicker you're dead meter than you guys.
Yes.
Do you honestly think the Blue Jays aren't dead? Or are you just trying to be nice to their fan base?
Dude,
I don't think they're dead because we've seen crazy things happen in baseball. In fact, Jim, about 3 weeks ago, we came on this show and we said the NL playoff spots are locked. Nothing is going to happen. And then look, like shit happens. I understand there's a month to go, but shit does happen.
yeah, I think, Jim, maybe we're too loosey-goosey. Maybe you're too tight about it. Because, yeah, you had the Braves DED dead. You had the Yankees as close to dead as possible. So, like,
You actually said they died.
well, that's
I
a
don't have
Tiger
the
sweep
Braves
thing.
and
That
the
was,
Yankees dead.
you had the Braves pretty much out of it. You didn't like their deadline because you didn't think they were into it. And you
I think I declared the Cardinals dead. Now they're not dead.
like baseball happens. Baseball happens.
You think the Cardinals are dead? 3.5 back?
Playing the Reds,
Bro.
like
Let's go, Jim.
We do this every year, and then the teams that we think will be there are there come September. It's September.
I don't know, man.
I don't
I
know.
do not know. Go Blue Jays, though. I'm liking the Blue Jays, and this is now I'm going to sound like I'm declaring them dead. I love them in 2022. I love
That's a
the
dead
Blue
statement.
Jays next year.
That's a dead statement.
Blue Jays pitching has been maybe my favorite storyline of the season.
And they get Barrios back. They got Manoa, who, like, I think is my new guy. Like, I love the way he throws the ball.
Their season is going to be decided. They play 3 against Baltimore. Take care of your business, Blue Jays. Get warm. Off day, then Oakland and the Yanks. So like, that's it. This is it for Toronto. Those are the 2 teams they're chasing in the wild card.
I also
right now.
don't think I don't care if you make the second wild card. Like that's
Okay.
not.
Why?
I think that's not the end goal I'm thinking of when I think of a team. I think can they like win
You want to make the
the
playoffs.
CS? Like when I'm thinking of teams that can win the World Series, and the Blue Jays are not a team that can win the World Series. The Cardinals are not a team that can
Sure
win the
they
World
can.
Series, in my opinion. Could they get to the?
Any team can win the World Series if you get in the postseason.
No, that's not true.
It is true, dude. And it's usually the team that's battling to get into the playoffs at the end of the season that's hot. Those are the teams, man. Hot. Remember that freaking in 2020, the freaking Braves almost took down one of the better teams ever assembled. Didn't happen. But we weren't thinking that was going to be the case. Baseball's nuts in the playoffs, man.
Could have happened. Up 3-1. Sad.
Sad.
Unreal. Sorry, Braves fans. Where else are we going to go? Want to go Astros, Rangers?
Yeah, Astros take 2 out of 3. Our dude Hearn, good for him.
Whoops.
Greinke.
Battle of the beanless chili. That's what I'm calling it.
The Astros are kind of like in such a standstill to me. You know, like, does anything? I mean, I guess the A's are kind of hunting him down, but did that change with them winning and the A's splitting?
Probably gained a game.
Gained a game.
They're 5.5 up right now. Where are you at with that as far as like, okay, I'm going to bring it to the Yankees because you guys are Yankees fans. If the Yankees were just sitting in first place, coasting into the playoffs, would you rather have that or would you rather have them fighting to keep their spot or fighting to get in? Like, do you believe in that momentum?
Like last week of the season, maybe. I mean, baseball moves so quick. What you do September 1 doesn't really matter for October 1. What you do September 22nd, 25th, you know, the last 2 weeks, try to get into the rotation and get the everyday lineup going, for sure. But
Hey, compared to this Yankee season, I think I'd rather be cruising in first place. That sounds pretty nice. But, yeah, I mean, hey, if you're the Astros, there's not a lot of team, and this ties into everything we've been talking about with expectations to either make the playoffs or expectations to win the World Series. This Astros team, when they get to the postseason, it's one goal. There's not – if the Astros make it to the ALCS, that's not a win. That's like they're expected to do that. So I think if you're the Astros, you're out in front. You're going to get your 5-game set. You've avoided the wild card. That was your first goal this year. I think you're fine with that. And you say – they've got dudes that have been in this a lot and recently. So, yeah, win your division, and when it's October, that's when it matters to them.
get everyone healthy, give them the rest days they need, and get your lineup set and your bullpen.
Kind of like what we were saying with the Blue Jays. If they have a great September, they make the second wild card game. Hell, they win the wild card game, and then they lose in 5 games in the DS. That's still a win for them this year. For the Astros, that would be a failure.
100%.
Expectations.
They're at totally different time frames.
Someone in the chat said people are sleeping on the Astros. I think the opposite. I think the Astros are napping right now.
I'm not sleeping on
Everyone
the
should be scared when they wake up come October 4th.
They were not. I said that was my whole Bregman Award last week. Now that the bad man's back there, I think this September is going to be a big Astros hype month.
Carlos Correa said this is it. He basically said, I'm obviously not coming back to Houston.
They've been lowballing him pretty hard.
Oh, my God.
Pretty hard.
They gave him half of what the Mets gave to Lindor. Offered him half. Or less than half, I think. They're a scary team. They're a freaking scary team, dude. Shout out Odo, my guy.
Mariners are the other one that kind of jumps out here. Like you were saying, Jim, we've had our analogy that they were swinging it. It feels like they took a blade to the shoulder. They ran into Salvi Perez as he homers in each game, breaks the catcher record. My goodness, Salvi.
17 homers since the break.
Whoops. Have yourself a break, kid. Yeah, I mean, this is tough for the Mariners. You're at home versus the Royals. You lose the second game in 12 innings. If they had won 3 out of 4, I think we would have been very excited that the Mariners and Astros, I think they're playing 6 or 7 games in the next 10 or so. And we could have feigned excitement for the Mariners. But this feels like, sword analogy on the ledge. They got clipped in the left arm, and now they're holding it. And I think the Astros might get nasty on them the next couple days.
And they got him. They got Houston, Arizona, and then Houston again.
Dude, Luis Garcia and Framber have been so good for Houston.
So sexy.
Framber's so sexy.
2 of the sexiest pitchers in the game.
Let's see. So they have
Framber
Luis
in that
Garcia.
little
They have
play
Luis
glove.
Garcia tonight.
Yeah, they have a tough go here. Luis Garcia, then Lance, and then they get Odo versus Gilbert, which is probably their best shot.
What am I looking at?
What is he?
Because Gilbert's been
looking
really
at?
good.
Yeah. So it's
Actually,
I
keep thinking of the wrong guy.
there's 2 Gilberts.
I get Gilbert and Flexen mixed up. I think.
Okay.
Flexen has some good starts.
Yes.
Make
Flexen is the
us
guy.
talk about you, Mariners. Have us be JP Crawford. Be the surprise of Friday that you handled your business.
I think that's it. We can
Red
move
Sox?
on. Red Sox win. So I saw Fuzzy's tweet where he listed out the bullet points. I'm blaming Fuzzy here.
Wow.
He said, Red Sox, you're not that good as this is really who you are. You got 1 hit by Logan Allen, then you won in extras, and now you're losing. So by the bullet point 1 hit by Logan Allen, I thought that included a Red Sox loss. I didn't know they won that game, which I don't know, Fuzzy, if you can be tweeting that when they won.
Tough 24 hours for Fuzzy.
Yeah. Got blocked by Llewellyn or whatever.
Yeah.
Who did he get blocked
Llewellyn muted him in the chat because he came in all hot with caps.
He went all caps in the chat last
Llewellyn
night.
just sniped him.
Llewellyn clipped
by?
him.
Wow.
He didn't get a timeout or
Good for
anything. He
Llewellyn.
could've-
Better.
Sure.
I think he learned his lesson.
Sheriff Lou.
Better.
Yeah.
This is something I wanted to talk about, and we'll move on. Karinchak. Is he the guy that's been affected most from the sticky stuff. Like one of the more obvious users of it.
His numbers are quite different.
Has been absolutely brutal after that, and he gets optioned.
When's the sticky
Gives
stuff
the
date?
go-ahead homer. 21st?
June
I wanna say
21st is when
21st?
it was like enforced. June 3rd is when they announced they were going to start
It's
enforcing.
the owners' meeting or whatever.
Yeah, it was the meeting.
Yeah, so he's been bad since then, huh?
I don't know the guy, so I don't want to say it. It's been a tired act for me a little bit. The whole time, even when he was good.
It's funny if,
But now
well,
I'm
whatever.
just
You know, we've seen pitchers stop using it and then regain after a blip. Maybe
Sure.
it takes him a while because he's not a starter, but he's having a tough second half. I also don't like his presence on the mound. It's the opposite of calming.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah. And maybe that's just who he is.
That's what everyone says, that that's just who he is, but
Like Lady Gaga says, I was born this way.
yeah. Everyone is.
Red Sox at Tampa for 4, Cleveland for 3, and then they host Tampa for 3.
Red Sox.
Do we even talk about Yankees, A's? Do we
They
need to?
split.
We-
Kind of boring.
We didn't even talk about it.
Split. Boring.
Matt Kemp, though, shout out. He was back.
Yeah.
Here's one thing on the A's, and then we'll move on. Sorry, I keep bringing these things up. We know now 2 spots, roster expansion September. Have you seen what Chris Davis is freaking doing in AAA?
I saw you tweet about it.
Yeah, he's going crazy.
He's got like 6 straight games with a homer. He's hitting walk-offs. He's doing everything he can. And in a normal year, when there was however many guys you wanted to bring up, KD would be on the freaking team in September. Now, I don't see it happening because they're probably just going to get some relievers up, or maybe some speed.
Bomel said they asked him on Sunday Night Baseball. I didn't hear the answer. I just heard it get asked. I was trying to not listen. But Bomel said that in a different press conference, said it's going to be tough. Like, I wish I could, but with only 2 players, it's going to be tough. There's Karinchak's drop off. It's hilarious.
Like, you might have been cheating.
Man, it'd be fun to watch KD though in September. Like he's so fun to watch, man.
It would. He's crushing. I think he hit another one yesterday. So he's just going off. Nuts. Let's get to the interleague recap.
I'm clicking out, guys.
See ya. Jake, let us know what happened, dude.
We are heading to beautiful Chicago, where the White Sox hosted the Cubbies. How's your game 1? 17-13. Pushing some runs across. Ian Happ, hot, hot, hot. White Sox win game 1, 17-13. Cubs bounce back. Alec Mills drops it all over Lance Lynn. Ooh. People would have had that reverse. And the White Sox take the series as they put up another double-digit performance, 13-1. Jeez, Patrick Wisdom have a series. 4 yackers for him. Grandal, Abreu, Luis, jeez. The White Sox hit, man. 291, 407, 563 slash line as a team. Holy cow. They take 2 out of 3 from the Cubbies. Twins take 2 out of 3 from the Brewers. Ooh. 2-0. 6-4. Twins take the first 2. Ashby bounces back for the Brew Crew on the last day to get one. Not an offensive series. How's your Twins bullpen? 12.2 shutty, Trev. People are talking about people. Donaldson and Sano, each with 5 hits and a home run in the series. That's just fun. Rowdy Tellez, friend, he hits a homer, so I like that. Maeda, wow, season-ending elbow surgery. Hate that. Twins sneak out 2 out of 3. Your final interleague series. 2 games, Padres, Angels. Padres take the first one 5-0. Disco Joe Musgrove drops it on them. And then the Angels bounce back and they win 10-2. So yeah, a couple non-competitive interleague 2-game set games. That's as fun as it gets. Machado with a couple hits. Marsh feels like he's been hitting. Ohtani steals his 20th base of the year, which just 40-20 season for him. Still August, people. He's a sick puppy. Kind of don't care about the series, and that's the interleague set.
Wow.
Great job, Jake.
Trev's Twins.
Trev's Twins.
I saw a stat that the Twins have been taking care of business against the Brew Crew since like 2010. They've only lost 2 season series or something like that. So it's understandable. Donaldson kind of having like a sneaky good year, and everyone's kind of like not talking about that at all. He's just a professional hitter. He had a great swing on a ball in this series.
What are his numbers?
Well, let's get him up.
Get him up.
Josh?
I didn't know he was having a sneaky good year. No, I'm interested.
He's 841 OPS, 134 OPS plus. He's got 20 homers. How many? Only 344 at bats. So that's really good.
Brew Crew are in
dude.
Brew Crew are in the same mode as the Astros for me. Just get yourself right for the next month because you're in the playoffs.
And they got a great series right now. Playing the Giants.
Yeah,
Ooh, I like that.
I think the only thing that differs there is the Brewers don't have the postseason success.
Oh yeah, it's
so you're going to be the Astros could lose 7 out of 10 limping into the playoffs, and you'd say, well, that doesn't matter. Brewers, I think we'll see how September goes for them. At some point, I think you want to, rest those big arms and then have them dialed up for October because you have your formula. You have your starting pitchers. You have the back end. Yelly and whoever else in the lineup can do it.
I agree with that. Like Brewers, let's get hot the last 2 weeks. Astros doesn't matter.
Brewers now just pull another ace out of the sleeve. Just all of a sudden they're like, hey, let's bring this freaking lefty that throws a hunch with a wipeout slider. Aaron Ashby gets his first career win. 5 innings pitched, 2 earned runs. We kind of mentioned this last week how we were talking to some brass for the Brew Crew, and they are high on this dude. High, I mean, as high as you can be on a guy.
Yeah, they were like,
and we know about being high.
I can be high on a guy.
Yeah.
You got the law firm plus Peralta plus Ashby, and everyone forgets about Hauser.
Yeah.
Senor Puke.
Jeez.
Cubs and White Sox. White Sox win 2-3. Wind was blown out that game 1, huh?
Looks like it.
17-3. Yikes.
Yeah.
And the Padres split against the Angels, so I'm like ready to call the Padres dead.
Oh my God, James, you can't call them dead, dude.
You guys take it much more serious than I do. Everyone's dead.
Oh, we're all dying.
I got like 5 undead teams.
List them. Jimmy's 5 alive teams.
That's ridiculous.
My 5 alive teams: the Rays, the White Sox.
I don't think you believe in the Rays
No,
to win the World Series. Isn't that your stipulation?
Yeah, it's only World Series.
I didn't say that. I said I said win the ALCS, make the World Series.
Okay, so to make the World Series.
Yeah, like go deep into the playoffs. Making the ALCS, being the Final Four team is pretty. Rays, White Sox, Astros. Maybe it's more than 5. Brewers,
Giants,
Dodgers, Yankees. It's 7.
Yankees. 7?
7. And the Yankees is just straight up Yankee bias. Like you can eliminate that if you want.
If the Yankees just had the same season but were the Orioles, you wouldn't believe in them.
If
You don't think Oakland has a chance to win the World Series?
No. If the World Series, if a team that isn't those 7 is in the World Series, I'll eat a bug.
Got him.
It's not like a crazy bet anyway. I think like the
Not
odds
a crazy
would be
bet. Yeah,
incredibly
that's not
you
a
might have
crazy
the
bet
top
at
7. You might have the top 7.
That's what I'm saying. Well, that's what I'm
7
saying.
Versus
Yeah.
the field.
I don't saying teams are dead isn't as big of a thing. They're all dead.
You said no Braves. That's my preseason prediction. That'll be fun for me if the Braves make the World Series.
That would.
What
I
kind
don't
of
really
bug,
believe
though?
in that lineup.
Whatever we've got laying around the office.
Local bugs.
Yeah, we got bugs everywhere.
You got to give some snaps to Ohtani. Come on, man.
What'd he do?
40-20 season. First Japanese player ever, fifth international player ever. Acuna, Soriano, Canseco, and Walker. That's Larry Walker, I'm assuming, right?
Saker.
Canseco, yeah.
I think it's Kemba Walker.
40-20, man. The 30-30 mark is so cool to me. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but that's to me that's like if you do that, you're a god.
2019. Someone said I forgot about the 2019 Nats. No, they had the best rotation. I don't think I was counting them out that year. You have top 3 pitchers. You can make a deep playoff run.
Then could you throw the Phillies in the mix?
Who? Wheeler, Gibby, and
Nola.
No.
Okay.
I don't
Suarez.
think that's the same as Scherzer, Strasburg as a top 2.
As a top 2,
30-30
maybe.
club kind
but-
of has a lot of people.
Who's your
Can you
favorite name that you're
name-
seeing?
Let me go back. Ian Kinsler's kind of one guys forget about. He did it twice. Holy shit.
Really good career for Ian Kinsler.
Bobby Bonds did it.
Bobby. Let's go to
The list is better. 40-40. Can you guys name them all? There's only 4 people to ever do it.
40-40 Club.
Acuna was so fucking close.
So close. So close.
40-40 club, go.
I'm like bizarrely blanking right now.
It is.
Ken Griffey.
I was gonna say Griffey and Bonds, but the Bonds never stole
No.
40 bases.
Bonds.
Bonds.
Yes,
I
Barry
think.
Bonds.
Right.
In 96, 42 homers, 40 stolen bases. That's one.
96 Bonds.
Canseco?
Jose Canseco, 88, 42 and 40.
Is it all steroid guys?
There's another for sure steroid guy. You hate him.
I hate him.
A-Rod.
Yeah. Yes.
Rafael Palmeiro.
98 Mariners, 42 homers, 46 stolen bases. The other one, Alfonso Soriano,
Soriano, yeah.
46 and 41 for the 2006 Nats.
You ever get popped for steroids?
That's what I'm saying. I'm not sure.
He's never
Well, he was
listed
in that
anywhere in
era.
PDs.
Nothing comes to mind.
Good for him. Swung
Let's
the
go.
biggest bat of all time.
Never tested positive. Was not part of the Mitchell report. So
Let's go.
Let's go.
So he's the only clean
the
40-40.
40-40 king.
Actually, that 96 year, though, I don't think Bonds was on the juice at that point. He supposedly did it after the home run race because he was like, what the hell?
Right.
Why are people not paying attention to me?
Supposedly.
Canseco's is straight up like, I don't count that.
Good guy.
Real good guy.
A lot of good quotes about Soriano. His manager, Dale Savem. He's probably the hardest working guy in the clubhouse. Players love him to death. He's the most prolific guy in our lineup. I love him.
Nice.
It's beautiful.
He had like 18 RBIs in one weekend for the Yankees in 2012 or something like that. It was crazy.
When they brought him at 2013,
His
when they
second
brought him
stint,
back.
2013, yeah, it's nuts.
Maybe
All right.
not that year, but
Regular or individual back end of the show is brought to you by DraftKings. The NFL is back, National Football League, and DraftKings Sportsbook, then an official sports betting partner of the NFL, is giving all new players a can't-miss offer for Week 1. Bet just $1 on any NFL game during the first week of the season, receive $200 in free bets instantly, no matter what. Take advantage of this limited time offer now. You heard it right. Do that. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use promo code JOMBOY to receive $200 in free bets when you place a $1 bet on any Week 1 game. That's promo code JOMBOY to get your free $200 in free bets instantly for a limited time only at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Must be 21 or older, New Jersey, Indiana, or PA only. New customers only. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. If you have a gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER or in Indiana, 1-800-9-WITH-IT. All right. Standout Performances. Trevor, you are the leadoff batter today. Who wins your Standout Performance Award?
I'm giving him this award because I saw a clip of him dancing on the field He has been great all year. My award goes to Patrick Wisdom. On Saturday, he went 2 for 4 with 2 home runs. Did you guys see the video of him dancing? Mm-hmm. He's got rhythm. Like he's kind of like a stud, and like the way he's been playing, I have his numbers up right here. He's having an excellent year. 320 OBP, not great, but he's slugging 579. He's 899 OPS on the year. The guy has found his stroke, and when he hits those bombs, it's as pretty as anyone. The way he walks out of the box, like he's got a great homer swag. Can't say that for everybody. Some guys hit him, they look whatever around the bases and that opening 2-3 steps. Patrick Wisdom, go watch some of his homers, some highlights. You'll be like, ooh, okay. And I noticed that before. Didn't think anything of it besides like, hey, that's cool. But then I saw him dancing. I'm like, oh, I got it. He's like one of those people. He's just good at everything. Good looking dude, can dance, hits bombs. And, he's getting some run now. Cubs are out of it. This guy has earned the spot to play, earned the right to play every day. And you're going to play every day. And put those numbers up and set yourself up, man. I want to see this guy go on a little run here and have a nice little end to his career. He's only 30. Let's go, Pat. 37 years old. That's your goal. Shout out Patrick Wisdom. 899 OPS, 139 OPS plus, Jim.
It's good stuff.
Officially having a good season. Like he was hot and it was fun. 25 homers, 83 games. Have a nice September, and we're going to be looking at 32 homers from Patrick Wisdom. Go get it.
Go get it.
Hey, and he's a rookie?
Yeah.
Him and Jonathan India.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
NL Central. John Boy's
Who's got
Reds.
better numbers?
Wisdom or India?
I'm looking right now.
Farm to Fame usually has it. They do the Rookie of the Year tracker.
I mean, he's got better numbers everywhere. Patrick Wisdom.
Does he really?
Everywhere.
I'm interested
Except
in that.
stolen bases. WAR is
On base and WAR.
Negligible. 2.8 for India and 2.6 for Patty Wisdom. So that's negligible.
Can be tight.
India's played a lot more games. He's got almost double the plate appearances. So that's something.
Makes what Patrick's doing even more impressive then.
It's the double spin.
Kind of. You got 25 home runs. You got more home runs and double than half the plate appearances.
Shout out Patty Wiz.
Who's yours, Jimmer?
That's nutty. My standout performer is Alec Mills. Haven't talked about this guy in a while. What'd you say about that White Sox offense?
Good.
You said it was good. Alec Mills went 8.1 innings pitched, 0 earned runs against that very White Sox offense, which Jake has labeled as good.
Quality.
His hardest pitch he threw is 91.5 miles per hour. He threw 8 pitches in the 60s. I think none of them went for, 2 of them went for strikes and none of them got swung at. But whatever. You got to mix it up sometimes. Alec Mills, just start him. The Cubs, you buttheads. 3.73 ERA as a starter, 6.41 as a reliever. It's like a 3 ERA as a starter in his career and a 5 as a reliever. They were putting him in the pen to start the year. Hey, he doesn't throw hard at all. And his skill set is throwing 5 different pitches in one at bat. So he's a starter, obviously. So just start Alec Mills because he's good and fun to watch. He threw a no-hitter last year, and I fell in love with him. It was Alec Mills versus Lance Lynn, 2 of my guys. One of them had to succeed. And you can't choose between your kids, although I would have chose Lynn if I had it my way. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
2 Cubs awards?
Yeah.
Wow.
Let's go.
Ian Happ's Cubs. Yeah, good weekend to not be pumping it. Alec Mills, Wayno. We're just an NL Central pod now. Fellas, I'm going to take it out west. And I'm going to talk about a team and a guy that JOMBOY just RIP'd. I'm going to the Padres, and I'm going with No Joe. Joey Musgrove goes 9 innings pitched, 0 earned runs, 9 Ks. My guy has turned it on in August, his last start in July. If you do his last 6 now, 39 innings pitched, a 2.08 ERA. In one of those starts, he actually got knocked around by my Snakes, obviously. So another way to butter knife that, 5 of his last 6 starts, he's given up 1 run or less. Joey Musgrove is going, and the Padres have been a sinking ship. Like, you have to be honest about that. They've gone through a rough stretch. They're waiting for Tatis to get back to MVP form. Snell's been going. These Padres, if their formula to get back in this, A, to get in the wild card, and B, to try to make noise in the playoff, Joe Musgrove has to be a huge part of it. Him, Snell, Darvish. Let's go, Padres. Joe Musgrove, 9 innings. I mean, at this point of the year, that might be the biggest thing you circle. So, good job, Big Joe.
Good job.
Good job.
New pitching coach working out, huh?
And by the way,
Dividends.
how about Musgrove, man? I mean, he was a guy that a lot of teams had on their wish list this year. The Padres do it, and he has lived up to it. 148 innings pitched, a 2.85 ERA. Leave Pittsburgh, man. Beautiful city.
Leave Pittsburgh.
Leave Pittsburgh. Beautiful city.
Yeah.
It is a beautiful city.
Really is. I was surprised.
Okay.
I wasn't
have a-
because I've seen she's out of my league 5 times,
Also seen it multiple times.
and that's set in Pittsburgh. So I
Changed
was
my
like,
reflection of the city.
yeah. Okay, see you, Trev.
Nobody's listening to me.
Okay, see you, Trev. Did he say something before that? What did he say?
I think he froze. He said nobody is listening to me.
I heard that. I didn't hear anything before the
he
nobody's listening.
froze.
Frozen. We got some guys on Slump Watch, and we got some new additions. And some of these new additions, oh no. Oh no. BBD, who might we be adding?
Guys, it's a crazy list of people we might be adding. Shohei Ohtani. His August numbers don't look, and they're fine, but compared to where he was, 0 for 8 with a walk, 2 Ks this weekend. He's in a 2 for 18 slide. One of the 2 is a homer. Justin Turner focused more on the mound this weekend, 0 for 9 with a walk and a K. Byron Buxton, 0 for 11, a walk, 6 strikeouts. Eek. Teoscar Hernandez, 0 for 11 with a walk and 4 Ks. He was hot recently. And Mookie Betts, 1 for 8, 2 walks, 2 Ks. Can he play baseball?
Mookie Betts. All right. Well, first off, Byron Buxton, that's his first 3 games back, so he's just not eligible, right?
New to the squad. Yeah, I'm fine with
Team
that.
doesn't matter. Just got back from injury.
And honestly, I think this might be hot, but I don't want Shohei on there. I think he was trying to get that 20th steal. He got it, so you could get the 40-20 in the books.
Now he's going to go off.
Yeah.
It's all
I don't
gravy.
think he needs our help to get
Just
him
getting
hot
the
again.
swipe, you know?
It's all gravy after this. Dessert mode for Shohei. Wow. Little September dessert. That's what I'm going to call it when you have MVP locked up and you have 20-40 season locked up and your team's not going to the playoffs.
Every time.
Just Sunday dessert.
Just tack
It's a
on.
Sunday
If that
dessert.
happens next year, remind me that it's called Sunday dessert.
Sure.
Max Muncy, he was on Slump Watch. He goes 1 for 6 with 3 walks. It's kind of Muncy ball. I mean, the on-base percentage is there, 444. I don't know.
It is Muncie ball. I mean, I think I'll circle back on him. JD Martinez, clear off. 5 for 9. Homer, double, bunch of ribbies. Good job.
The one guy I didn't
Off
want.
claps.
Remember, I didn't want to put him on
Yeah.
because I didn't want to get him hot.
Yeah.
Look what we've
Well,
done.
That's how it works.
Damn it.
Rizzo kind of finds a way off, which is not surprising, but he had some COVID stuff. He'd look bad. He goes 4 for 14, which is a nice little series. 1 snap.
Certainly passes the eye test, too. We happened to watch that series.
Where things get tricky is Joey Votto's on here and the San Diego Padres as a team. So I'm not sure how we want to navigate.
The Padres as a team at a 239 batting average, a 341 on base.
310 slugging? That's not enough power.
Now only 4 extra base hits, no home runs. Only 2 games. Let's keep the Padres on.
We'll watch the
Yeah,
Padres.
it's just 2 game set. Hard to make any decisions on.
Let's
that.
keep the Padres. Let's keep Muncy. Let's keep Votto.
Okay.
And then let's put Mookie on there.
Mookie Betts.
Or Teoscar.
or Teoscar?
Well, I think we have room for both.
We do?
If the Padres are one person on the list, I think we're currently at 3, right? Am I counting right?
I don't know. I'm not looking at the sheet anymore.
Muncy, Padres, Votto,
Teoscar
and Mookie.
JT
Done.
doesn't deserve it.
Yeah.
He had to
He's a
focus
pitcher.
on pitching.
Yeah,
He's focused on the bump.
we got it.
We're great. Muncy, the
issue's
Padres,
gone,
Votto, Teoscar, Mookie Betts.
Mookie Betts.
I want to spark Mookie.
Do we have that soundbite?
Not on the board, but I have very easy access to it because people DM me a lot asking for it, so I have it bookmarked.
Okay, if you drop it here to the end of the show,
feel
that'd
it.
be great.
Yeah, I can get it. I can get that onto
I'd like that.
All right, Trev, are you here? Trevor?
Don't have him yet.
Wow.
He's
every fucking where.
Trevor.
We'll move on.
Nasty's on Fuego. That means I'm on fire, baby. Like Waco.
The man who doesn't take a pitch is hot. 7 for 17 and 4 homers for Salvador Perez. Royals fans getting hotter than he is about how he should get MVP votes. Another catcher, Yasmani Grandal, Jake. 6 for 12. Wow, has he ever gotten that many hits in 3 games? 3 homers? Did he decide to start swinging? Only 1 walk? What got into the yes man? Wisdom, as you heard about. Tommy Edman, 9 for 18. No or 1 walk.
Tommy.
How does his batting average and his on-base percentage the same if he had a walk? 3 doubles, 9 RBIs. Aaron Judge, he's been hot for a while. His month of August is crazy. 8 for 17, 2 bombs, 2 doubles, 7 RBIs. Nicky Lopez, how about that? 10 for 17. Edmundo Sosa, 8 for 14 with the homer. Adolis Garcia. Bryce Harper still doing it. Ooh, what are his numbers like now?
He's 1 dotting on the year.
On the year? Hell yeah. Soler, two homers. 1 was a big one. Luis Robert, 5 for 9 with 2 homers and a double and 4 RBIs. Now, these White Sox stats, are they off pitchers or what was going on in that 17-13 game? Are we getting juice stats here?
I mean, Cubs pitchers.
They didn't switch to position players?
I don't think so in the first game because it was like they were scoring 2.
Jose
Check the
Ramirez,
second one.
5 for 11 with 2 homers. There you go. That's the Fuego.
Bang biscuit.
Trevor, please come back.
I'm
Trevor.
here. I think I have a solution to your Tommy Edman quandary.
Okay.
There's a possibility, Jen, that he had 2 sack flies.
Ooh.
Tommy Edman. Little Tommy Edman appreciation
Does that make
segment.
any sense? That maybe not. That also
There
might
might be-
not make
We
sense.
always do pretty good math on this show. Tommy Edman leading the NL in doubles.
Hell yeah.
How about that?
Love
His
that.
name is Mookie Betts. I said, Poppy, can he play baseball? He said, man, can he play baseball?
He had 1 sack fly, which I guess cancels out the walk. Mookie Betts. I've heard us say it so much, I haven't actually heard the soundbite in a while.
It's always
And
good.
he says it like
His
that.
name is Mookie Betts. I said,
Mookie
Poppy, can he
Betts.
play baseball? He said, man, can he play baseball?
Oh my God, what a nut job.
What a
I'm
gift.
nervous right now, you guys.
For what?
Okay.
I had an award,
Yes.
but then I stumbled into something I want to talk about even more.
Okay.
Well, you think it over. We technically have one more ad to do, and
Think
it is
about it,
for
Trev.
your show.
And while I do the ad
wow.
about your show, BBD, I did a lot of notes on my desk, and I
I can
forgot to
grab
bring
that.
it in here. Trev, your award is brought to you by Baseball Today,
Oh,
which is a show hosted by Chris Rose and Trevor Plouffe, and it comes out every day.
Yeah.
And it's on YouTube. It's on any podcast app. You can watch live on Instagram. And it's honestly like the best 20-minute daily baseball content you're going to get because Chris Rose does an amazing job preparing like the 5 topics, and Trev does an amazing job being prepared with Rose's preparedness. It is really good. And I think if you do like baseball, and we go 3 times a week and we kind of like summarize everything at the end, if you want to be in the middle and hear what happened yesterday or last night and catch up on just like the big talking points, then Baseball Today with Chris Rose and Trevor Plouffe is great. So go check it out. Please, because this one, I promise you, is really worth it if you are into the whole league. So go download, get it on the app, and just for 1 week, just put it on your commute, take a long poop at the office, and listen. It's really good stuff.
Thank you, Jim. I do believe it. I'm harsh on myself with the content. Obviously, I love this show. I think we do a fantastic job here. But I've voiced my disappointment in some content stuff that I've done. I'm a realist with it. Baseball Today is awesome. Chris Rose is awesome. We're fun. We're informative. It's quick.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
I love it.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
What is, or who is, and what is your award, Trevor?
I'm going to give my original award and then one B it real quick at the end, if that's okay with you guys.
Mm-hmm.
My original award, what did I call it? I Am That Guy award goes to our pal Wander freaking Franco. He's got a 29 game on base streak. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. Totally could be wrong with that, but it's something. It's a lot. I think it's 29. And, he came up. And I said at the beginning, this guy might come up and go gangbusters. And then the league's going to come around. And look, just don't expect this guy to put up MVP numbers right away. He's 20 freaking years old. Wander took the opposite route right there. Okay. In June, when he first got called up, struggled to a 194 batting average. Okay. Kept his head above water in July, moved that to a 256. Then now in August, he's hitting 319, 386, 505. That puts him at 892 for the month. His overall numbers are looking really good. He's got a 783 OPS, 122 OPS plus. The walks to strikeouts are there. At 20 years old, the guy's putting up numbers like this, learning how to control himself in a big league environment. Understand the strike zone is very special. We're seeing a very special prospect come to the big leagues and establish himself right now. And I know people know that. He's been the number one prospect for a couple years, but he's doing it in the major leagues, and he's getting better. When teams are supposed to be getting a book on him, he's getting a book on them. He's figuring out, he's feeling very comfortable now. And if the Rays do the damn thing and go into the postseason and make some noise, get to the World Series and all that, Wander Franco is going to be a guy that you want to keep your eye on. He could be the difference maker in the whole playoff run, similar to the way Randy Arozarena took over the playoffs last year. We could have another one of those MFers on the Rays. So I know if you're in the AL East, be scared because Wander ain't going anywhere. He's just showing up to the party right now. He's looking good. So shout out Wander Franco. You are that guy.
Who do you think you are? I am.
Yeah. 1B award.
Yes.
Oh.
The best
Just
award.
real quick.
Yep.
It's called there ain't no other place than here award.
Yeah.
It goes to California.
Oh, wow.
225 big leaguers this year are from the great state of California. Now, we all know Texas and Florida are usually going to be second and third. Texas 101, or excuse me, Texas 93, Florida 101. So California is crushing it in a landslide with 225. There is one area that's more than Florida or Texas. Can you guys guess?
What do you mean? Players?
Players in the big leagues. There's one area that's given more than Florida or Texas, but not as much as California.
Pennsylvania.
Are we saying area instead of state for a reason?
Yes.
Puerto Rico.
DR.
Dominican Republic with 158
1.8.
big leaguers. That's a freaking island, by the way.
1 point to me. Well,
So per capita, I guess Dominican.
Isn't
I bet
Haiti
you
on the
is
same
in the league.
island?
I don't know that. Not a geographical pod.
So I don't think.
Shout
DR
out
is
California.
an island.
225 freaking people in the show. Half the damn Yankees rosters from California.
It's a big state, Trev.
This was a terrible
It's
award.
basically Georgia
Shout out
to
Wander
Connecticut.
Franco.
Wander Franco. All right,
Wander Franco going to be a 30-30 guy. Mark
Yeah.
my words.
Franco.
Is it Franco or Franco?
Double check. I think it's a soft Franc.
Jake's checking.
It is Franco. Whatever. I'm
Wander
sorry.
Franco. My award is the I hate the fucking Rays award.
Similar to Trev's.
Yeah, I hate the effing Rays award. And it goes to Paul Fry, reliever for the Orioles. Now, what I'm going to tell you may shock you, so listen closely. Paul Fry has pitched 42.2 innings this season against teams not named the Rays. In those 42.2 innings versus teams not named the Rays, he has a 2.99 ERA. That's a good season. 40 innings as a reliever, 2.99 ERA. He's pitched 4.2. 4.2 innings against the Rays this year. And in those 4.2 innings, he has a 34.71 ERA. They have scored 18 runs off him in 4 2/3 innings, which jumps his season ERA to 6.08. 42 innings against not the Rays, under 3. 4 innings against the Rays, 34 ERA. That dude hates the Rays and also is 100% expecting a call from a member of the Rays after the season to let him know what the fuck he was doing that they have on him. That's crazy.
I need to go watch that now.
I'm downloading all the footage as we go to watch it because they have to have a tip on him. I looked at the swings and misses, and they only have like 8 out of 112 pitches, and I'm wondering if they were just fastballs out of the zone or something like that. They have to have a tell on Paul Fry. So I actually think they might do a breakdown on it, but it's going to take forever because it's 10 over 8 games. Isn't that nuts? Dude hates the Rays.
I'll take a look at the footage too. I did see that somewhere on Twitter. They were talking about Paul Fry, and it's a cautionary tale.
Yeah,
It's hot in the streets yesterday.
Rays gonna Ray.
Yeah, never doubt the Rays. They put their guys in the right spot. Maybe the Rays just got him. Life of a relief pitcher. Sorry, Paul. Paul. Sorry, Paul.
Shut up, Paul.
Great awards. What was your second one again, Trev?
California Be Getting It award.
I think it was the biggest state produced the most players award.
Oh my gosh, 225.
I am giving out the What a Time to Be Alive award. James, you almost stumbled into it. I almost had to give you the boop, 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 but I knew it wasn't going to be enough boop, 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 so you booped just right. Jim, something I do like that Bill Simmons does, give him a shout out. Sometimes when he talks about grading all-time NBA players, one of the things he does at the end, he says, did they come at an era too soon, right time, or too late? So, like, if you're a dominant big man in the NBA right now, you'd say, you're kind of too late. If you came back in the 90s, you would have been the guy. It would have been all about you. If you were a big-time shooter in the 80s, 90s before the three-point revolution took off, they'd say, they were probably too early. If you let them get more shots up, it would have been interesting to see what they did. Jim, there is someone who is in just the perfect time to be doing it, and it's the Yes Man, Yasmani Grandal. James, weighted runs created plus is a popular stats with the kids these days. It takes in ballpark factors. It takes in, adjusted ERA, things like that. Let me give you the American League top 5 for guys that have had 250-plus plate appearances. Vlad Guerrero, MVP pace season if Shohei Ohtani didn't exist. Shohei Ohtani exists. Aaron Judge getting in the second place AL MVP race. Matt Olson looking at probably a top 5 MVP finish. He's him and Judge are one of the only 2 players leading their teams in every hitting stat. Number 5 in the American League, it's Yasmani Grandal. His stat line, a 207 batting average. Man, if that happened 20 years ago, I think people would be saying he can't start every day. He's got a 398 on base. My dude is walking in 24% of his at-bats. And when he's hitting it, it's going. He's got a 492 slugging. Yasmani Grandal, what a time to be alive for you, man. Because all of the check boxes that people are looking for these days, whether on base, WRC plus, whatever it is, you're kind of killing it. And I think if you did this a couple years back, people would not be liking it. I think in the future, I think some of these numbers might be respected differently and you wouldn't be as loved as you are today. Good for you, man. What a career, too.
Ruined one of our fantasy drafts.
Yeah.
Are we going to do a Yasmani Grandal career earnings right now?
I'm interested. Are you there?
I'm looking it up right now.
Okay.
I'm going to guess before I look it up, though.
I have no 50. Is it?
I think he's got
Got
like
over 8 years service time.
I think he's
If
got
it's to
1.5
date, he got
paydays,
the
right?
deal 2 years ago, right?
I'd say 75.
Are we doing to date?
Sure.
That's the way we usually
Let's do
play,
to
but
date.
then
To
kinda counter.
date, I'm going to say he's at 65.
Okay.
James?
I'll guess you guys changed my mind. So
Ooh,
I didn't know he got paid or he'd been in the league 8 years.
he got the big deal before last season.
100 total. Play my own rules.
To date, 75.4 M's. He's got 36.5 coming his way, so that'll put it at 110.
What the hell?
Good for Yasmani.
That's a lot of money.
That's a lot.
That's so much money.
When you got
Oh, that's nuts.
how many commas is that? Or 9 digits. 2 commas, 9 digits. That's
2 commas.
I'm not sure.
you're doing all right.
Golly.
Who was the best friend of the week? Good awards, everyone.
The page I'm looking at for Grandal's career earnings, I don't know if it's to date, but at least through this year. And Trev guessed 65. It has him at 64.8. I don't know where they designate stuff, and I was very impressed by Trevor's guess at that point. And it had 101. Anyway, best friend of the week, Taylor Hearn. Because friend, which is the whole point of the award, second time getting it, tossed 6.22, earned 6 Ks, and no walks yesterday. And today's his birthday, so
How old is he?
perfect cosmic gumbo.
Him and Wayno.
How old is he?
Is he officially a starter now?
Yeah.
Been starting.
Yeah. Hot.
Today is his
give me some money.
27th birthday.
27.
The first guy for
No
it to all
money
come
being
together.
a reliever, man. I mean, there is a lot more being a starter.
Man. You guys want to do the simulator real quick?
Ooh.
We didn't do it
Got
last
it.
Friday.
We didn't?
No. Because we were back from the road trip. I had the meeting. I had to hop off.
Okay.
What's the, is this the beat?
This is it.
Wow. All right. BBD simulator. Here we go. The American League wild card is the Red Sox taking the train down to the Bronx to play the Yankees. Cole versus Sale. Oh, my God. Who wins, BBD?
The Yankees.
Wow. I like that. I appreciate that. The White Sox are going to Houston in the DS to play the Astros. This is the matchup we've had for about 2 months straight.
Houston.
Okay. Then the Yankees, after beating Boston, they go to Tampa for a 5-game set, same as last year against the Rays. Who wins that?
Yankees.
Wow. Hell yeah. Astros versus the Yankees in the ALCS. I will cry.
Yankees.
Wow, BBD. Let's go. How about that? In the National League, the wild card will be the Dodgers hosting the Cincinnati Reds.
Dodgers.
Makes sense. That makes sense. The Brewers and the Braves will be playing in Milwaukee.
So Brewers.
Milwaukee versus LA.
Rivalry game.
LA.
Oh, no. Sorry. LA versus the Giants.
LA.
And then Milwaukee versus LA.
LA.
Ooh, Rob Manfred creaming his pants right now.
Yankees versus
He's doing
Dodgers.
his job perfectly.
Yankees
Dodgers.
versus Dodgers World Series. Dodgers Damn, man. I had my hopes set.
Shoot.
What's today's date? The 30th, 31st?
The
Nobody
30th.
knows for sure.
Are there 31 days in August?
Yeah.
God, man. I've been saying...
Yeah.
I woke up saying it's the last day of August. I said it so many times today. That's why August
It's
is
the
such a
last,
tricky bitch. I always sneak an extra
last
day
talking
in on
baseball of August.
you. God.
Based on release time.
I will say this, guys.
Dodgers have won 3 of the last 4 simulators.
Damn.
Wow.
Yes, Trev?
Makes sense. It's the end of the month. Watch out. People are going to be giving tickets out. If you're driving your car,
So
drive
nice.
safely.
Hey, so tomorrow we can do the through August awards on the Wednesday's episode.
Yeah.
The All August team.
The all April through August team. Claps for that episode coming
Technically,
up
will
on
be
Wednesday.
when we're doing it. The last day of August won't have happened. Don't know what that does for
It's
you.
all right. We've done that before.
We'll figure that out. We'll
That's-
anticipate.
I'm fine with it.
We'll anticipate.
What's
their
the
last
best
day.
baseball? What's the best baseball for the World Series? Straight up baseball. Don't worry about population of the city that you live in.
Oh, you're saying what's the best matchups?
Like just the best baseball series.
Um,
Brewers Houston. That's me. I think.
Probably
I think Houston's
Dodgers,
my
White
AL
Sox.
pick.
Dodgers White Sox
Ooh.
is pretty good. Yeah.
Ooh,
I think if the
I
White
like
Sox are
that one.
fully clicking.
Yeah, if all of the White Sox are definitely my AL team. That's most
I
entertaining.
like that 'cause
because
you
you have
get
the
Lance
starters, you have the relievers, and then you have a bunch of boppers, and you have speed. They bring it all.
Hey, and aesthetically pleasing, the black with the Dodger blue. Gotta love that.
In the NL, it could be the Giants and the Brewers or the Dodgers. All 3 of those teams, baseball-wise, makeup, gameplay.
It's boner jams any way you think about it. The playoffs are going to be nuts. A lot of boner talk late in the episode.
That's what they say.
You guys want to spin the wheel?
Yep.
Jenny Lewis. I clicked the wrong wheel. This is a bunch of musicians on this wheel for the Talkin' Songs podcast I used to do. Spinning again.
Kenny Lewis.
Holy smokes. It's the Chicago
speak
White
of
Sox,
the
Trev.
devil, and
Oh
he
my
will
gosh.
appear.
White Sox have the Division 1, so you can talk about that. They just beat their in-city rivals, so when you're in the elevator, be sure to mention that. Feels good to be the top
And you
dog
said-
in town, hey?
You say it's our city now. The Cubs had their fun 2015 till now. It's our city.
They got a 2-gamer coming up. They're hosting the Pirates for a 2-game interleague series, so you can echo our thoughts and say, oh, these 2-game interleague games, I don't like them.
I don't know about all that, man.
Yeah. Not into
La
that.
Pantera is absolutely on fire right now, by the way.
Do you own any of his
He-
cards?
I do. He
Right.
100% needs to be mentioned when you mention Tatis and Vladdy. He kind of got forgotten about because of the injury. We haven't talked about him a ton. He's one of those guys.
Trev, can I tell you something?
Yeah.
A huge applause for you because you loved the nickname Lou Bob, and you called him Lou Bob all the time, and you found out that he didn't really like Lou Bob, and he liked La Pantera better. And look at you just fluidly pivoting and changing to La
Thank you.
Pantera. Just a great job by you. That's sportsmanship.
Thank you. I will also I will also call Wander Franco from now on.
Unless you forget
Sportsmanship.
casually and you don't mean it. That's fair.
Sportsmanship has been a big topic around these parts lately.
Craig Kimbrell got to figure it out in his role. 11.1 innings, 9 earned runs from Kregel since
he needs
he's
to be in the
come
ninth,
over.
I believe, right?
And guys, this is a story in White Sox land. Right now, Dallas Keuchel would be looking on the outside, looking in on a playoff rotation spot, or even a spot on the team.
Long man. Bump him.
Piggyback.
Piggyback guy. You need him.
Giolito, Cease,
Like
Lynn,
Dallas.
Rodon.
Piggyback. Jake sucks. Who's the 2-hole hitter? Moncada or Robert? What do you want? Okay. Nice ride in the elevator with me. See you later.
Good ride.
Yeah, we're so good. Huh.